All right. Excellent.
Sweet.
Now let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of the DaiCast, where once a month we talk about the latest developments in anime and video gaming. If you want to listen to the past podcasts, please be sure to follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud and YouTube. The link to them is down below. Here with me today are my hosts, Box. Nice.
Hello.
Gao.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And Gammalad.
Hey everybody, it's Gammalad, and I am barely alive right now.
Yeah.
You can make it through, man.
Fight through, man.
Yes.
And our guest host for today's podcast is Kira Buckland, who voiced 2B in Nier Automata, Lucy Wright and Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, and Umi from Love Life. Good to have you here, Kira.
Ora! See, everyone's doing a cool thing. I gotta do something cool too.
There you go.
Nice.
You also voiced one of my favorite characters in Stellar Glow.
Oh wow! I don't meet a lot of people who have played that.
I hold the title of the only 100% Let's Play on YouTube.
Hey.
And surprisingly enough, you also play Shushu from Mugen Souls, which when I was playing it back in the day.
Mhm.
Oh man, that takes me back. Holy
Yep.
crap.
Yep, and also you got your stuff from Newgrounds. I remember watching the Smash Bros parody like years and years ago.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good times.
at times.
No,
Alright.
no,
I'm
you've
still
accomplished.
friends with the animator because we've been friends for so many years, and he gets so mad when people bring that up.
Oh,
Don! I do original stuff now.
Sorry.
nice.
Sorry.
Tome.
It's the
Hey,
content creators.
Much love to Tome, man. Much love.
Yeah, indeed.
See, it's the content creators' curse. No matter how much love and effort you put into your new projects, you always be remembered for that one project that somehow got big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But, like,
but
and I know that'll happen to me as an actress too, but I'm totally fine with like 2B being the one thing that people know me for because she's a really cool character and the game is beautiful. So you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I will be honest though, Kira, from your start from literally from the internet and Newgrounds to being such a professional voice actor, you've really come a long way. I congrats you for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
congrats.
thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keep up the good work. Seriously.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start off the podcast by talking about all the stuff we did in January. Afterwards, we'll talk about some anime and video gaming news, followed by taking questions from the live stream audience. I ask that everyone hold the questions until the end of the podcast, so please be patient. So we'll start off with Gammalad. Gammalad, how was January for you, man?
January was had its ups and downs. I've been spending most of it getting ready for the entire 2018, getting reviews and Let's Plays ready for the future, and then finally compiling my website's Game of the Year list. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gal.
Ah, great. So, me and Charles C. Bernardo finally got our first pilot animation of Splatoon 2, Splash Out. Check it out on YouTube.
Mhm.
Out. And the positive reception out of the fans and the watchers have been great. I'd say we're at like, what, 220,000. And so far, it's been a lot of positive comments, and we were glad that we got the pilot out and hoping that at some point, maybe like, no, I wouldn't say this month, maybe next month, we'll get episode 2 out. Well, again, no promises, but we are trying to see if we can get a consistent like work on with the script since then, and like keep the pace good. But hey, I've been happy about that so far. I'm going to accept the fact that I'm just going to be that edgy character for anything I'm involved in. Totally fine with me.
Nope, too late, Mark. Where's episode 2? You promised it. Where is it?
Please don't you dare!
It's
Go
been 11
Rick
minutes.
Charles.
Where is it?
I fucking swear to God.
Gal, you promised that episode 2 will come out 6 minutes ago. Where is it?
No promises, for fuck's sake.
Too late.
Okay.
I like your promises.
I'll talk to Charles and see if we won't jump off a cliff.
All right. Fox, what about you, man?
I watched anime and that's pretty much all I did.
Nice. Nice. And Kara, what about you?
Have you guys been watching Kakegurui on Netflix by chance?
It's been on my to watch list. I watched
Totally check it out. My character is awesome.
it. Nice. Actually,
I gotta keep that in mind. Oh shit.
yeah. I remember watching it like last year, and it was just a wild ride. Like, and I was kind of disappointed that apparently Netflix got it, but you had to wait like months and months for it to come out. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out next week.
Yeah,
Gosh.
that's the only thing that I get worried about because sometimes I will like work on a show or this or that, and then it will like somebody will license it and we'll like dub it and everything, and then we just have to wait and wait and wait and wait, and then people have moved on to whatever's like from the current season. And I have unfortunately heard a lot of people say that about Kakigurui. They're like, well, I watched it in Japanese like forever ago, so
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember AJ Cosplay made a video about lip flaps, how official anime dubs don't really do the flap thing, and I remember how he posted a comment on Twitter saying, "My comment section is filled with nothing but people saying subs, not dubs." Like, it's a real immature thing.
well, I mean, I guess it would depend on like the place doing it, because I know for pretty much everything that I've worked on, they've been very strict on making sure it matches up exactly. I think maybe sometimes on playback for like reasons that are like not in the control of the people who work on it, sometimes it can be weird, like it can look a little off. But I just know that like the stuff I work on, they are absolutely, even if it's like just a fraction of a second too short or long, they're like, nope, do it again. So, you know, it's like I don't know like where they're getting this from.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's talk about some anime and gaming news. Actually, before that, let's talk about some Winter 2018 anime. And I want to talk about Devilman Crybaby. That I went
Oh yeah.
like when we were planning the podcast, I just remember in chat saying, "Guys, you gotta watch Devilman Crybaby. You gotta watch it.
Mhm.
And I just said, and I remember also saying that it's just a field trip. And then a day later, you guy was like, "Man, this is the best show ever." I'm like, "Wait,
Dude, it's so hyped though. I love it.
but how are you unaffected by the ending?"
Okay, let me tell you this. All right, I love Go Nagai's works since Mazinger Z, Grandizer, and even just regular Devilman, and I always know how most of his stuff would often go by. And just seeing all that action, the character designs, the fucking thrill, hot-blooded burning action, dude. I can't cry about that. I want to go hype up and blow something up with that, man. Like, it's
You
so
can't be a
good.
crybaby about that.
Yay, the puns start.
Oh my
Oh.
god, not the
You have a
pun.
friend, Gamma. You have a pun friend.
Yes.
Oh.
But I really like the art style, and I was kind of surprised. I didn't know this until I did further research, but apparently the guy who did the animation for Devil May Cry Baby also did the animation for Tatooine Galaxy and Ping Pong. And
Oh, ping pong.
yeah, and when I heard about it, I'm like, that makes sense. Why the art style seems so familiar. But my god, keep in mind, I rarely cry with an anime. Like Gurren Lagann, the end of Gurren Lagann, I didn't really cry. I felt really sad. Code Geass season 2, just felt upset, but not really upset. Just like, okay, I can get it. Devilman Crybaby. It took me 3 days to like try to make myself feel better about it.
Oh, dang.
It's like someone punched you in the gut, and then just kept punching you in the gut every time you thought about it. Then Pop Team Epic aired, and I felt better.
Pop
Yeah.
Team Epic, yes.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, actually, you also saw Devilman
I
Crybaby.
saw
What do you
Devilman.
think?
I was not. I didn't want to say anything because I had the boring middle ground between you two.
Mm-hmm. Aw.
I got a bit affected, but not so much. I thought it was hype, but
Mm-hmm.
the sad parts got me too. Yeah, again,
Ah.
boring middle ground. Sorry.
So it's like a balance, basically, for you. Yeah.
Yeah, balanced.
What about you, Gamma? Did you watch it?
Wasn't really for me, honestly.
Oh,
I,
gotcha.
I again, my taste of anime is like slice of life, and that's kind of where it ends. With the occasional series like Detective Conan and Pop Team Epic in there.
Mm. And with Pop Team Epic, oh, wait, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, how about you, Kira? Did you watch it or
Pop
Watch
Team Epic?
Pop Team
Yeah,
Epic,
either
Devil May
or,
Cry
honestly.
Baby.
Yeah.
I didn't see Devilman, but I did watch Pop Team Epic recently.
Aw.
Mhm.
My ALA friend group that I was rooming with, they came over because they flew out the next day, and so we all watched it, and I was like, "What is this?" But it's
It is God's
amazing.
gift to mankind.
Do
That's
you
what it is.
realize what
Honestly.
you've done?
I'm just surprised that they didn't sneak any JoJo references in there yet. I mean, I know that like JoJo references are kind of overdone, which
Mhm.
hurts me to say, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I'm like, well, they could have, make like a part 7 reference, make something that's not, the old like, the menacing or the pose, the same like
Mhm.
Joseph and Caesar pose, or like, oh, it was me, Dio, or
Mhm.
none of those references because those are really old. But like, I don't know. Come
They
on,
are.
even
Yeah.
Arby's
We'll
made
get
a
a-
Steel Ball Run reference.
We'll get a
I'm-
Gappy reference in there somewhere.
I think they will at some point because again, my personal favorite episode right now is episode 3. I did saw the Japanese dub for that one,
Mhm.
and they took fucking Cell and Frieza's voice
Yes.
actors,
Yeah,
and
I
it
saw
was
that one.
awesome.
Yes.
Oh my
There's
god!
also one with Norio Wakamoto.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Rakamoto. That's why it's like this was gonna and shit. Oh my god!
Hey, what's appropriate about Cell and Frieza's VA?
Yeah.
That skit, that freaking skit about the idol and the ending for that.
Oh yeah, and Bison.
Yes.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my god. Yeah, but no, if they're gonna go that, I mean, hell, one of the episodes they did a freaking Initial D reference. I feel like a
Mhm.
JoJo reference.
I mean,
They'll be really clever with it if they did.
They did an
Yeah.
F-Zero. They did an F-Zero reference.
Mhm.
They did a
Mhm.
Wacky Racers reference with Dick Dastardly somehow.
That caught me.
Donkey
that
Kong.
That caught me off guard.
I know when they showed Dick Dastardly blurred out, I was like, "That's Dick Dastardly. That's a very
Oh,
dastardly way to do this."
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend was freaking out about that, and then also the pixelated Totoro.
That was good.
Honestly, they caught me off guard with Metal Gear in there.
Yeah.
Well, especially, and my personal favorite is the Skyrim one.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Skyrim.
That
one.
Skyrim was so
Yes.
unexpected. Oh my god.
Todd Howard did it, the madman. He ported Skyrim to anime.
Just works.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Listen,
no, that's a godsend. I love that show. Oh man.
Yep.
And I think I just saw the dub recently, where it had Chris Sabat and fuck, I forgot the second one. Oops. But
yeah.
I saw the first episode of the dub. It was also pretty good too. I'm glad how Funimation's actually taking it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're taking it to the same levels of extreme. It's really epic.
Oh,
It really
yeah.
pops when you look at it.
Yeah. Man.
Why do you?
It'll take a team effort to keep doing it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you in the goddamn
Yeah, man.
face.
To make it really,
Like,
to make
are
it
there
really
any
pop.
like actor pairings that you guys want to see in future episodes? Because I loved one with like Daisuke Ono and Takehito Koyasu, so we could just have like Jotaro and Dio.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Oh, yes.
For
like
me, it would definitely be with Kazuma Kiryu and Majima.
Mm.
Give me those two. They're voice actors.
The one.
Give me Kurata and whoever Majima's VA's name is.
Hmm.
I have one pairing and then just one VA I would love to see in Pop Team Epic. One pairing I'd like to see is, I know this is impossible, especially with his situation, Dan Green and the voice actor who played Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh! That would be a good pairing.
Ooh.
For the English dub. That actually
Yeah,
would be
English
kinda
dub.
funny.
English dub.
Yeah, that would be nice, actually.
Yep. And for
Ah.
Or if we... Oh, go ahead.
and for the Japanese dub, I'm trying to remember his name, but he played Lelouch in Code Geass. I just would love for him to voice the pro player girl. That would be awesome. I think it was June for. But yeah, another winter anime I've been watching is Dolly and the Franks. That's an interesting one.
That one.
I haven't gotten into it yet, but I probably should have.
A few episodes so far. I personally like it. It's
Mhm.
alright. It's pretty good.
I have mixed feelings about it, to be honest. It's, at one hand, I feel like it will have a lot of great mech actions, and I feel like the Gainax part of Trigger can really deliver on the mech action. But on the other hand, the whole episode 2 how they pilot the mechs. That's getting hard for me to get over. It's
Really?
you know how they pilot the mechs, do you, Gal?
Ask it
Yeah,
first.
I definitely do. And you know, it's
Wait.
called aesthetic.
Hold on. Wait.
Artistic aesthetic. Let them be what they want if you can get the action out of that weird aesthetic. If you ask me.
I mean, each to their own, but it could be worse.
Oh.
How could it be worse? How could
Oh,
it
that
be
pun
worse?
just slipped over your head. That's a good thing.
Oh god, Gamma! I swear,
Oh dear.
I will mute you, Gamma. I swear.
I will cut your fucking mouth off.
Mark, you make me not want to bring gifts when I see you again.
Please continue with the puns, especially when you want to bring fishing, and we'll talk.
Oh, I'll bring so many fishing games. I got a lot of them at GameStop. We can
I hate you
play.
so much.
Yeah,
But I'll say this with Darling Franks: the only thing that just gets me when watching that show is that are we not going to take the fact that they're taking they're female versioning the Star Driver Talburn mecha from a long time ago and just putting it into a Gainaxa or Trigger A1 show at all? No. Is there just no coincidence that they have some sort of similarity? Nah.
I
guess
know.
not.
I remember a lot of people mention that similarity, but
Yeah, it's very similar.
I don't know if the people who worked on Star Diver working on this one, but it's a very interesting analogy.
Yeah.
And let's see, also Dragon Ball Super, which is kind of disappointing that it's ending in March. Which is also interesting about that because no one knows if it's going to come back next year. The thing is that for Dragon Ball Super, they're ending the series after March because A, the movie's coming out, so they want to take all their core animators on that project, and B, they still have to find a new VA for Bulma. So so I think it's a wise decision for them going on hiatus. Question is whether or not they continue. Personally, I think they will because Dragon Ball Super is at its high point right now. The Tournament of Power arc really made it grow in popularity. So I'm pretty confident that it'll come back next year. Hopefully.
I need to see the latest episode today, actually. Oh man, I think it just came out, did it? Yeah.
I think it'll come out later.
Epic?
No, Dragon Ball Super and
Oh,
Epic.
my bad.
I'm not sure if Pop Team Epic came out today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already saw that one.
Yeah, I saw it like prior to the stream.
Must
But-
watch.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move into movie news.
Ooh.
And movie news, Nintendo confirmed that a Mario movie is in the works and will be animated by Illumination Studios. If you don't know who they are, they're the same studios that worked on Boss Baby, Despicable Me, and the Minions movie. What are your thoughts?
Pass?
Okay.
Go ahead, Kara.
Go on, Kira.
Oh no, I was just gonna. It was like stupid what I was gonna say, but my best friend was visiting around Thanksgiving and made me watch the old live-action Super Mario Brothers movie. So when you said a Mario
nice.
movie,
Oh,
that
I
was my
thought
first
so.
thought.
You gotta admit that movie is so bad that it's good, though.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
My favorite is the bombs.
Yeah, exactly. We were quoting that over and over.
What's their last name?
Mario.
Mario? Luigi Mario.
Oh my god.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you take the Mario Brothers and get them out of here? I was like, there you go.
Poor
But-
Luigi.
Oh man, I felt
Except
for
in this
him.
movie, they're like, "Oh, Luigi has a girlfriend," essentially.
Luigi actually managed to get beyond first base.
Yeah. Happy for the guy, but
Is this sad to admit that when I was a kid, I loved that movie?
You
I
know,
mean, like
you
it is.
didn't know any better.
Now you just have newfound love for it.
Yeah, I just found
Yeah.
newfound love now, comparatively. And you
Yeah.
know, I a little bit inside me, if Illumination's gonna be doing a Mario Brothers movie at least, I would watch it if they did Easter egg in the old movie maybe once, and I'll have my interest. All right, yeah, there you go.
The after credit scene, you have the two of them just like watching the movie in the after credit scene. original
Say, this
actor.
is so
Oh, I
much better
wish.
than our old movie.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm not against Illumination doing it. Like the first Despicable Me, I thought was good.
Mhm.
Didn't care too much about the second one, and Minions, I don't
No.
know.
No.
But it's like they can make good movies. Everyone's like, talking like doom and gloom on the studio, but it's like, it just boils down to who's in charge of it, who's writing the script. I know for a fact Miyamoto is going to be like, looming over it like a storm. Like it's like, so it's going to be a good movie. It's just that the studio does not have the best lineup behind them.
Right. I just imagine the rap is gonna be the Minions movie. Just imagine.
Getting Ubisoft
Oh boy.
involved.
They have a possibility to show up. That's the worst. I'm worried about that, honestly.
There's a strong possibility.
Unless it's Toads.
Yeah.
What, you think the Toads are gonna be the Minions of the movie?
Oh
I
no!
wouldn't be
please.
surprised.
Could you imagine all the "Hey Mario, nice to meet ya" over
Oh,
and
it's me,
over again
Toad!
across
Yes.
hundreds of them? Oh no!
Yes. Yes.
No!
Oh god.
I'd actually watch it.
Oh,
I'd watch
God,
it just
no.
for that long.
Oh, I don't know
I need
about
more
that.
Toad in my life.
Oh no! I told you this is a bad idea.
Oh fuck.
Hammer! I will time you the fuck out, man!
Fuck you.
No, keep
Why?
going.
Why?
Yeah, but
But
keep going. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
but let's see. But the only thing I'm kind of curious about is if they're gonna make Mario talk in this movie. It's gonna be like Mario just being a silent protagonist as usual.
Just, what?
Can we just have the Hotel Mario sort of thing?
Yes, please.
No.
No.
Especially the voice.
Yeah. And
The one man army, the guy who does the voice for nearly all the characters. Honestly, he's a legend. I love the guy.
But that actually would be kind of creepy. Though it's like these like very vibrant, colorful characters, and Mario opens his mouth and goes, "If you need help, be sure to read the instruction manual."
no, that would be freaking awesome.
I mean, it would be, but remember, kids would be watching this mostly.
Hey, it'll enhance the experience.
All toasters toast toast.
But mommy, you said bread toast toast.
No. Toast.
I still
I want to do an anti-drug PSA in this new movie.
Oh no.
funny thing is that like when I'm working on Mario parodies, like one of my friends, Retro Arcade Monkey, he like anytime I do like a Mario parody, he's like, dude, give me the mic. And every single Mario parody, he always use that Hotel Mario voice.
Oh,
Every
That's-
single time.
That's great.
Yeah,
beautiful.
and it's freaking perfect.
Oh yeah, when it comes to Hotel Mario, it would be a nice Easter egg if they at least get like the voice actor himself, like who did all the Hotel Mario voiceovers, just as a
You know
cameo
what's
too.
funny? He owns a studio here, and I've like recorded some mobile games there, and I did one of my demo reels there.
Oh really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How convenient, yeah.
I think
oh,
I only met like him once in passing, but it was still pretty funny.
wow.
Did you ask him? Do toasters really toast?
I wanted to, but I didn't want to be like that obnoxious, like, I am a person from the internet.
But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
getcha.
I think I remember he's in on the jokes though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he
Oh, I'm sure.
No, like he redubs a scene.
But what if he's
Oh.
like sick of being asked about it? I didn't want to be like,
Okay,
Yeah.
that
yeah,
is
by
very
the
yeah,
way, I'm
that's-
coming in here as a business person and I'm like gonna ask you about memes. Even though that is like kind of how I roll.
Hey, man, if I was a hiring agent, I'd be like, wait, memes? You're hired.
The best thing is if I'm like working for prestigious clients and like sometimes I just can't help but show my power level. Like we usually listen to the Japanese reference for things. So I know one time I was recording something or other, and then the Japanese reference, I think my line was like, "This is useless" or something. And then the Japanese reference plays, and it's just the character going "muda muda," and I just
Yes.
couldn't help it. I was like, "Aha, this reminds me of my favorite series, etc." And the client just goes, "Wait, JoJo's?" And I was like, "Yeah, hi. I have a tattoo of the Joestar birthmark, and I'm kind of obsessed."
Beautiful. I love
Nice.
that.
You
That's
too are a person of
beautiful.
culture.
I know.
Mhm.
One day I'll be able to do. Well, I did one thing where I got to make a JoJo reference. It was
Mm.
for a game that nobody played, but still.
Aw.
Aw.
Which game was that?
It was called Akiba's Beat.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
wait,
I
I
did play that.
I played that. That was
We
great.
we are all degenerates here, and we played that.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the jokes that I'm sure would make everyone in like all the groups I'm in, like JoJo Hell and JoJo Purgatory, cringe and stuff. But you know, I was still really excited that I got to do it just because you don't. You know, I've never gotten to make a JoJo reference in something official before, and it was like, you thought it was an ordinary girl, but it was me, Acquire-chan!
Oh man!
Now I have
And
that.
I just got to make, like, stupid internet references as the character, like, that was actually written into the script, and, I remember, because I didn't have to audition for that character, and they were like, yeah, this character's, like, so weird, and she just references memes and stuff, who are we gonna get? Oh, we'll get Kira! And I was like, and then they were like, oh, but no offense. I was like, no, I'm, like, really honored that,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
that
Yeah.
I'm the go-to for this.
I gotta love Xseed for that.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
awesome.
man!
I love them so much. They, like, put
Oh,
so
I-
much care into everything.
I'm
they
going.
Oh, I know. It's like I work a lot with some of the localizers there sometimes with projects, and they're some of the greatest people ever.
Do you
Oh,
know
man.
Brittany or Hatsu?
We've talked a few times. I'm friends with Ryan.
Okay. So I
Mhm.
was gonna say Brittany's so awesome, and you should totally follow her on Twitter because she posts pictures of her
Yeah,
cats.
yes. If you're not following
Ooh.
Hatsu, go follow her now and her drunken escapades.
What's her Twitter handle again?
Yeah.
Hatsu with 2 U's.
Ah,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Can you post it in our chat, Gal? I'll post it.
I'm gonna find it right
but,
now.
But it's like, yeah, she is the queen of trails, and I wish her nothing but the best success.
Mhm.
Right. But that's still like, oh man. I think if it comes to references in Akiba's Beat, given the fact that it's still in the Japan like settings, it would make sense. References gotta be in there at some point or another, right?
I wonder if they ever kept my queen reference in, because there was one line that needed to be rewritten, and I was already making so many references. I'm like, this would be perfect for a queen reference. And we re-recorded it, but I don't know if they kept it or not. Because, you know, sometimes copyrights, we saw that with Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price.
Oh, wow.
It's funny, I actually met the guy who was responsible for coming up with a lot of the censored names for, like, Eyes of Heaven and All-Star Battle. And he was like, yeah, we didn't really have a choice. Like, we kind of... And I was like, no, like, the internet... Like, you don't understand, like, the true hardcore JoJo fan base, because we know what the names obviously are supposed to be, but it's like, we think, like, Flaccid Pancake and stuff is hilarious. Maybe that'll be our panel ribbon for next year's ALA is Flaccid Pancake.
I don't care. It's like if say Part 7 gets an anime gets an English dub, I will be mad if they don't actually call it Filthy Acts done at a reasonable price.
I know.
I will be really pissed off with that name. Like it's just so absurd. It actually fits JoJo.
My God.
I'm just it's the president's stand. Filthy Acts at a reasonable price. They call it D4C for short. Don't ask me what it stands for. I cosplay Lucy for ALA, so she's on my mind right now.
Hey, nice.
Nice. It's
Oh
nice.
boy.
All right.
That'll be perfect.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next topic.
Mhm.
And what I'm calling good news and bad news, Blazeblue Cross Tag has been confirmed to come out June 5th in North America. However, Arc Systems have been receiving some backlash lately due to some of their DLC decision. Like, apparently some of the cast is gonna be DLC, like, I think half. Like, normally I will really bash, like, Arc Systems saying, oh, it's old. Oh, you make a bad decision, but I'm one of my sources at Arc System actually gave me some insight, which I'm not going to go into full detail about it, but a lot of their decisions about going about it is reasonable, like very reasonable, and there are other factors that's coming into it that most of the public doesn't know. Other than that, I'm pretty excited about it. Because a lot of the controller system seems to be more accessible than the other BlazBlue games. Like Gamma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gamma. You played Central Fiction before, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I suck at fighting games, but these type of games I can somehow do semi decent in. So I'm willing to. I'm not a fan of the DLC, and I'm a big proponent of voting with your wallet. But I'm still willing at some point to go out and pick up this game and give it a try.
Yeah, yep. Also, a bit of new info dropped like today. Apparently, Arc System release. Apparently, Arc System is aware of the DLC information, and they're doing their best to try to make. They're really doing the best to make sure the player is still happy about it. And I think the players will be really happy to hear what they're gonna do down the line. I just think the whole shit being thrown at Arc System is kind of unwarranted. Yep.
Maybe it's just my own personal thing and how this could have been from a PR standpoint handled better. I feel like they shouldn't have said this is going to be a 40-character game, but you only get 20 characters, and the other 20 are DLC. They shouldn't have came out and put it out like that. They should have said, hey, we're going to have 20 characters at the start, then 5 later down the line, then 5 more even later, do like a seasons thing, and not like announce, yeah, this was supposed to have 40 characters, but you're only getting half.
I mean, I think I'll bring Capcom up with this one. Did something similar like that, which never really ended well with them. Was a long time ago with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, when people found out there was already like characters that would have to sell DLC within the game already or something. Like that was probably like one of the very early offenders of that kind of situation. But since they just admitted it to it, I mean, honestly, I can imagine it's hell for making crossover games to begin with. You're having Persona, BlazBlue, Central Fitness, what am I saying? And Ruby, completely out of. Okay, I still am shocked and surprised that Ruby is gonna be within these 3 top main Japanese titles. It's like, is this how far it's gotten at this point? I'm just surprised either way. So even if they make a DLC, I think it's already like, how do you say, a pleasure, or you're already getting your first ever Ruby fighting game. Haven't anyone realized this? I'm just going to put this out of the way. Yeah, maybe half the characters won't be available, but the fact that Ruby is getting a fighting game kind of ish to begin with, I mean,
it's just the problem. Aren't there only like 2 characters that are not in DLC? Sorry. Aren't there only 2 characters, that are not in DLC, like in the base game?
Like from the Ruby cast.
Yeah, that's what I think is the biggest problem. Biggest criticism people have had, and despite the information you've shared, Dai, I still think it's a rightful criticism to aim at them. They should have been able to put at least 4, have a balanced amount from each game in here. It's supposed to be one giant crossover game amongst all these different properties. Because when you feel like there's only 2 characters in there, it comes off as like featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Oh yeah, Dante's not oh yeah, Dante is like $5. Just keep that in mind.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
I will drop that right now. And I will print out that sticker and put it on the case.
But I'm still really looking forward to the game, especially with the fact that it seems like it'll be more accessible than the previous BlazBlue games. Like BlazBlue hurts my fingers a lot. Like there's all the quarter circles, back circles, quarter circle, then left. It's just really.
What are you playing on? Like, are you playing on a stick?
I was playing on a 360 controller, and when I was on.
Oh no, honey, play on a stick, please. It'll make a world of difference. I play Guilty Gear, which is like very input heavy, so.
Yeah, a stick will make your life a lot better.
Actually, one of my friends is supposed to give me a stick. Like I remember, I'm actually part of like GaoGaiKing's chat, and I remember one of my friends there said, "Hey, you want this fighting stick?" I'm like,
"Oh yeah."
Do you want to give it to me for free? Yeah, I have a bunch of shit. I need to get rid of it. Just here, have the stick.
All right.
Honestly, once you start playing fighting games with a stick, it'll be your shtick the entire way through.
Oh my god!
What are you doing, man? My dude, please stop.
These puns, it's the same level as every podcast. Why are you surprised?
And it kills me every time you fucking do it. God damn it. But anywho, in my case, really, it's like, well, to be fair, The Persona fighting game is coming back again in a
Mhm.
different way this time around. Instead of just being a sequel, a part, like a 2.0 version of like Ultimax or something around those lines. And you know, as weird as this may be, and it's a crossover game, I don't think it should have any input. Because of that, I want to know what kind of story they're going to include with this. If they're actually going to have nods with Persona 4 Arena, I might have a chance for Minato to finally show up.
No,
Maybe.
Minato's gonna come back as a door, Gal. Accept the truth.
listen, to quote the great John Harden, there are no playable doors.
Gal, right now you think Persona 3 Dance All Night is gonna have Minato, but then all of a sudden you'll see in Minato's spot is a door, a freaking door, Gal.
I will not give up, god damn it. My emo shoot himself boy will come back one day.
As a
One
door.
day.
As a door.
One day. Damn it.
Gal,
Not as a door, as a real human.
But to be fair, knowing how the Persona-verse works and how the Shin Megami Tensei universe works, I just want to know where in the canon will this fit in the Persona 4 timeline?
no idea.
Because every game is canon, and they managed to fit it in somehow.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
I mean, we already have Persona Q2 and the Dancing All Night coming out, and that's like, what is this crossover going to incorporate? Will it be the first ever in the Shin Megami Tensei that it's gonna connect further in the fucking universe? I don't know. My head's already dead. Thank you very much.
Gal, trust me, they'll find some BS way to connect it. Like, I can just imagine people at Atlas just have like the little dartboard, and on the dartboard there's a little sticky note saying before Persona 3, after Persona 4, split timeline, and they just blindfold themselves and throwing darts at that, and then they're able to come up with a BS excuse.
Let's keep in mind when it comes to Shin Megami Tensei, spoilers for anyone who doesn't play Nocturne, Dante was one of the fucking bad guys.
And to be fair, as far as I can find out, Dante's appearance is canon.
Yeah.
Wait, what Dante we're talking about? Are we
We're
talking
talking
The
Dante.
Devil May Cry series.
Devil May Cry.
how?
Canon.
It's because in Nocturne it takes place in Hell, and apparently it takes place, I think, after the first Devil May Cry game.
Yeah.
And apparently it's a Hell, so they just manage. They're in the same Hell.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's
And he's
what
just
I
there.
found playing it. Yeah.
Okay, when I get the chance, I'm gonna play the game and see for myself.
Oh,
Have
be
fun.
careful. Have fun. That one's a.
Just remember, when someone challenges you to a duel, you better get the buffs.
Okay, so in other words, a lot of grinding.
No, that
that
game's
won't
gonna
save
kick
you.
your ass. It's not gonna save you. You need to be smart about it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of death.
Oh, what a great transition.
Yep.
Ooh.
Amazon.
Oh yes.
Amazon strike. For those who do not know, Amazon ended their Amazon Strike service last January, and all Prime members will have access to past Strike exclusives. Honestly, I love that news. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, okay, let me break out the credit card and resubscribe to Prime.
Yeah. There we go. Like, I guess, no. I mean, for them, they should realize that the idea would be is that it's a subscription within the subscription. I mean, you might as well just increase the price of Prime if that's the case, because we already have all this bundled up and now, but you're saying, oh, if you pay more inside, you get the anime part, but we have all this. It's like,
But the thing is, though, if you started charging for that, and let's say you just wanted Prime and to watch like the new Top Gear thing, most people aren't gonna want to pay the extra money for anime when they don't watch anime. They'd probably just quit.
Like, I'm all for more competition for Crunchyroll. I'm not against like these other services because it makes a better one for the consumer. The problem is, though, it's like, why did Amazon think it was a good idea to charge more for it? Like, you put all this other free stuff in Amazon Prime, stuff that costs way more than I'm sure anime does. I'm like, why'd you want to try gating it off? It's like, really?
Yeah, I'm all for supporting the official release in the best way I can,
Mhm.
but when they do it that way, it's like my wallet talks, you know. I don't think I want it to get to whine and die on me if it's just because of one little thing for anime. It's like I gotta have a balance, and this is not one of them. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
so
at
Hmm?
least for me and for a lot of people who don't really have disposable income, which I'm assuming is most people around our general age,
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's the more services there are, the more difficult it is in a sense. And I understand, why there's competition and this and that. But the thing is, it's like, how many subscriptions do I want to pay for? Like, say, for example, I have Netflix and like Crunchyroll, and it's like, well, that covers a lot of stuff that I need. So I don't really want to be buying like additional services on top of that because, you
mhm.
know,
Yeah,
Mhm.
agreed.
because I
Yeah.
mean, there gets a point where it'd be like, what are people going to be paying 50 a month on streaming services or this or that? So, it's great if there are more options out there, but at the same time, I think it's hard because people can only spend so much on that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
hmm Yeah,
And I feel
and
like
But
with
I love,
mm,
I mean,
go
I,
ahead.
I just love that like more anime is coming to Netflix and things like that because it's like the more accessible you make it to watch stuff legally, like the more that people want to do it.
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, well, I can already feel like when Dome and Crybaby, before people even like glimpsed upon it, it was like a Japanese only. Once people started getting into it, I can feel that this time the anime side of like copywriting and getting in for Netflix should be increased better now. And I have a subscription for both that and Netflix,
Mhm.
Crunchyroll and Netflix now. So I'm glad that that's just the case now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Likewise, like a lot of the anime that I wanted to watch last year, like Readers, Made in Abyss,
Mhm.
I couldn't watch it because it was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the Amazon ones are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
and and I know people kept saying, "Oh, guy, just watch it on the size. Good, good." And I just kept saying to myself, "No, I really don't want to. I don't like illegal streaming site sucks. Like I'm not
I
even
mean, yeah.
I'm
Let's.
not I'm not even saying it from like a moral perspective. I'm saying it from the fact that these streaming sites are just filled with malware pop-ups. It's an annoying experience.
You just need a good ad blocker. That's all you need.
Box, I swear.
But at the
But
end
no.
of,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it still goes back to supporting the official release, and it still feels better supporting the official release than watching it on some bad streaming site.
Yeah, those websites can give you your computer the kiss of death.
Oh my god. But no, like in my case, I've slowly but surely, the more I've learned about the industry from both like in the voiceovers in America and even in Japan, strictly, without these streaming services, how are they going to get their money? You know, these people are working day and night, like tirelessly. They get stuff done and out there for you. You know, from the animatics, from all the roughs and everything. Like, there's a deadline, and they have to get this amount of episodes out done for the sake of it, or else they're not going to get anything to eat after a while. And I feel like, yeah, I could buy the Blu-rays, DVDs, and all that, but I think the streaming sites are doable enough just to work out in anyone's favor. You know, it's
I mean-
convenient. The views will count matter, and it's just like, I don't see what's wrong with that, and I don't see why not. Maybe for some, if they don't have the disposable income, then you know what? Hey, that does. Luckily enough, Crunchyroll is still good enough to just watch it there for free if you can just wait longer. But if you want to watch it on time, it's just, well, there you go. Pay for that much if you want it on time and stuff.
Right.
Easy as
Right.
that. It's just we're in the most convenient time to legal streaming anime to begin with. You know, we're in the time where it's like it's a much more affordable than it was like way back in the day when the internet was just fairly new and shit. So,
Mhm.
you know, it may have been quote unquote justifiable to probably illegal to stream an anime because it wasn't such a profit back then. But now we're here in 2018 and beyond where it is. So just throw some cash in there or something if you
Yeah,
like your
there's
favorite
not
show.
really an excuse now when you think about it, because it's like it's not
Yeah.
like the only option is to pay $100 for a box set or whatever. There's so many options out there, and it's like, I tell people because I'm obviously always like watch JoJo's on like my panels and stuff, and I'm like, you don't even if you don't have a premium account, literally just go to Crunchyroll and you can watch parts 1 through 4 for free. Like when
Pretty
it
much.
makes me so mad when people are like, oh yeah, I'm watching it on Kiss Anime, because I'm like, what? But you can watch it legally.
Kiss Anime is
And
just,
if you
it's just-
go
And
in the
get that malware and disgusting Minions ads. I'm so sick of Minions.
why do you think I said give your computer the kiss of death?
what? So, Gamma, are you saying that a minion comes out of your computer and kisses your computer and dies? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if that's your fantasy, go for it, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, and you know, another thing I want to add, especially when it comes to Funimation, that's some balls for them to like do simul dubs. Sheesh, that should be like rushing and a lot of work to just get that done. But kudos to them and other probably companies. I think I heard that Toonami with the Fooly Cooly 2 and 3, they're gonna do a simul dub or simulcast or simul dub. I don't know if they are, but I heard they might consider that. And the fact that now there are dubbing companies literally going out of their way to like, oh, we want to dub this immediately while they're coming out at least, you know? So it's like, yeah, they're gonna need that pay because like that's how much they're working. There's so many shows coming out and shit. So it's like,
just remember, the best way to support the anime is to buy the Japanese Blu-rays at $45 a Blu-ray.
Or if it's Gurren Lagann, $100.
I'm not joking. If I wanna buy all of the Part 4 Blu-rays in Japan, that would ring me about $1,000.
yikes.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Holy
Blu-ray
crap.
sales in Japan are so expensive because they're not selling them to people; they're selling them to DVD rental places. Fans just so happen to buy them from the suppliers who supply to the DVD rental place. So
Jesus
that's
Christ.
that's why Blu-ray in Japan are like $50, $60, $100 a Blu-ray.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's segment into the next bit of news. All right. This bit of news I honestly did not know until Gal brought it up. If you regularly upgrade or build computers, then you should know that the price of GPUs received an enormous price hike. Gal or Box, mind talking about this one?
Oh,
start.
Yeah.
I'll start with in the American side, but yeah, no, it is ridiculous. From nowadays, back in the day when it comes to GPUs being normal price, you can get yourself a decent 1080, which is like good for 4K gaming and VR for maybe like around 600 to 700. Decent amount. I can respect that price at least. But and if you wanted something less, usually 300, 400 for like maybe a 1060 or 1050 maybe. But nowadays, because of the uprising in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or basically cryptocurrency, there are more demand for it to the point that they sell out so fast that most resellers most retailers or resellers are now valuing something as close to a 1050 nearly to $800.
Oh.
It is the biggest GPU crash of 2018 and
Bubble.
Hmm?
It's a bubble, not a crash.
The biggest GPU bubble of 2018. And at this point, ironically enough, it's cheaper to have a pre-built gaming PC than it is making a PC now because of the demand. Don't get me wrong, kudos to the people who are smart to investing on cryptocurrency to begin with. I can understand that. You're getting your money's worth. You're going to be rich as all heck. But I just want to speak out for those who just want to upgrade to a decent gaming rig for today's generation of video games. But now we're stuck. We're in a situation now. You might as well either A, if you're really in low of money and trying to build a PC, get a console. If not, then buy a pre-build and save up that much because that's going to save you more money than just buying a single graphics card alone. It is ridiculous.
Yeah. And the sad part about it was I was thinking about upgrading my computer this year. And then when you mentioned it, I'm like, well,
yeah,
my plans.
I'm sorry, man.
It can still crash a bit again soon.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
the next series.
the further Bitcoin starts to tank, the sooner people will be trying to get rid of their GPUs. I know Nvidia is telling sellers to sell to gamers, not miners. So you need to bring your ID if you want to buy a GPU. But oh come on, really? I know where everyone's head.
But Gamma, most gamers are minors.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Tough
I
crowd.
get is. It's just like, I mean, I'll be honest. I've been building this computer as I talk to you guys right now for about 4 to 5 years, and finally having the satisfaction to get it up to a 1080 before the last one in retail was sold out, which is a 1080 for only like $600 to $700, I believe. Fairly decent. I mean, once that crash happened, I'm like, I know a lot of friends who really want to get into PC gaming, you know, really work their ass off, feel the satisfaction behind it for a fairly affordable price. And now they're going to have to really work their asses off just to get something like that to play their games in the best quality yet. It's like there's, they've made it harder, difficult. All that because people just want their grubby monies on some Doge coins or whatever fuck it is. I just.
No, don't worry, we'll get Otaku Coin going to combat it.
That's only making it worse, Gamma. Do you understand? This is not something we need. It's like, I know money is money. Cryptocurrency is like the future to whatever the hell they want. Fine. But guess what? Even if we were to use our current GPUs, there's already, what, a bunch of people having racks on racks on racks of GPUs just to mine every last Bitcoin out there in the network. It's overflowed at this point. Why would you? How would you stop and just... Oh!
I mean, diminishing returns is definitely a big issue now.
Yeah. So basically, what's going to happen is once the bubble does burst, there will be a crash in prices, and then you can buy a 1080 Ti for less than market value.
Okay.
Sweet.
Good.
Problem is the intense amount of work that a GPU will have on it after that much mining may not be worth buying it at that price.
Oh, I'm not buying it used. No way.
No,
I'm not buying a mining card.
No. That's what I meant. There will be a crash in the price because all these people, reselling their GPUs to recoup some of their money back.
Oh, no.
But no.
Right.
I think this sucks for me because I want to get my computer. I'm trying to upgrade my computer to be the best content creating multimedia machine ever. I want to be able to do my video editing, voice acting work, 3D modeling, animations, all that on my one rig. And I even have the schematics, the blueprints for it and everything. But I need a TI as a heart for it. And it's like, I'm not dropping $1,200 for one.
And I wanted to upgrade my computers because right now my animations are at 1080p. I wanted to get it to like at least 2K, which requires a new GPU. Fortunately, I'm going to have to wait until the price drop in order to do so. And the other worst part about it is that I started getting into Blender, and rendering animations in Blender take a long time, a lot longer than SFM. And like, for example, the Lego animation I worked on like November of last year, it took me a day to render that. Keep in mind, it was a 3-second animation. A 3-second animation. It took me a day to render it.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
wow.
Hopefully Blender will release a better version, will release a newer version allowing rendering to shorter. But I need a new GPU to render my animations a lot faster.
Yeah, it's clearly just gone to a mess of things now with the cheap graphics card market, and I'm honestly kind of saddened about that, But hey, whatever floats anyone's boat for whoever got a chance to get into cryptocurrency early to those who haven't. I really want things to balance out so that way people can get a fair chance to play some games or something,
I mean, they will. Knowing the market, it'll all balance itself out eventually.
Yeah, it'll pass.
Hopefully, yeah. But this year,
not getting into it
if
sooner.
I'm just gonna say right now, for everybody out there who is going to build a PC, either pre-built or wait your ass off, because it's terrible right now. Don't not even that. RAM is also overpriced too. Let's keep that in mind.
Really?
Getting like 8 gigabytes is almost like $400 or $500 or something.
Wait, what? Really?
No way.
No.
I don't know. Last time I checked, I heard like RAM sticks are going from DDR4 is overpriced as fuck right now. Like literally, they're also being kind of an issue at the moment.
Oh dang,
So,
he's not wrong.
yeah.
They're not that pricey, but a one stick 8 gigabyte DDR4 is about over $100 right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Exactly. So no, that's a thing before. So we're having a RAM bubble, and now we're having a GPU bubble. Next thing you know, we're having a processor bubble, and we just have to like fuck
no,
computers.
please stop. They're ramming this down as hard as they can.
I'm going to punch you out of this world, damn it! You ever seen One Punch Man?
Will you punch me into Dio's world? That's the question.
I hate you.
No, Gamma.
Or in this case, Kira's world. I'm pretty sure she can stop time.
Okay, let's change subjects before Gal develops.
Yeah, I was like, don't give me an opening or I'll turn anything into JoJo discussion.
Is that you stand power?
God.
That is her stand.
Jesus.
Okay. So one of the games a lot of us are excited about is Yakuza 0. I'm sorry, not Yakuza 0.
6.
6.
Well,
Yakuza 6.
0 is an amazing game. If you haven't played it already, go play it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yakuza 6 and the Fist of the North Star game being developed by the Yakuza's developers. Gamma, you're a big fan of the Yakuza games. Mind giving us some details about the news that came out for these two?
Well, let's start with the good stuff. Hokuto GaoGaiKingTheGreatVA, if I can pronounce Fist of the North Star. They finally showed off more gameplay of the Kiryu DLC, which I was like amazed. They announced it as part of the premium edition when the game was first announced later last year. And at first, Nagoshi had said, okay, this is only going to be, you're only playing as Kiryu during like certain segments in the game, like, you know, the open world segments. Outside of that, it's Kenshiro. They did a whole 180 on that. Now you have Kiryu in every single cutscene.
Nice.
Like you have like this Fist of the North Star atmosphere. Then in this like very serious cutscene, then Kiryu just walks in his white suit, and it's like, oh man. And then it's like it's just looking to be a great game, and it comes out in March in Japan. No word on its localization yet, which just makes me sad, but the Yakuza team at Sega is very busy. So busy, and unfortunately, that they had to delay Yakuza 6 until April. It was supposed to come out next month, but instead they'll be releasing a demo of Yakuza 6 at the end of February, and the game will come out in April. I've worked with the Yakuza team on a few things, like, you know, talk to them a bit, the localization team. They're doing the best they can. They're doing a great job with the series. I wish nothing but the best success as they try to get a polished game out the door. I'm sad it got delayed, but you know what? I can wait a little bit longer. I'm still trying to Platinum Zero and Kiwami.
Oh, jeez, man.
But yeah, I saw the gameplay trailer featuring Kiryu, and that was freaking rad.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Man.
That's rad.
It is so rad.
God.
I love.
Can we
the
bring
look
back
of the
rad as an official word for 2018?
Please.
I'm gonna bring him back.
I need to make
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
If I get a partner on Twitch, that'll be one of my emotes. That's rad.
Yes.
Oh my god. You know, I will admit though, like with the success of just the engine that both Yakuza has been doing, and now they're doing it for Hokuto no Ken. Just imagine the other series they can like establish. And I'm just gonna say right now, imagine a JoJo in the Yakuza like format. Oh,
That'd
dude,
work actually.
it would work so well.
It would work
By the
well.
way, speaking of rad, if you type rad on Facebook, it plays a sound effect and shows like a little.
Really?
Oh, really?
That's
Rad
good.
on Facebook and see what it does.
All right,
Okay.
I'll try it after the stream. I can't do it right
Same.
now.
Oh man.
That
I
would be
mean-
really awesome.
I
though.
mean, I will say to my dying breath that because Nagoshi, the creator of Yakuza, he made F-Zero GX. I will say to my dying breath, there needs to be an F-Zero Yakuza game.
oh, F-Zero, what?
It could work.
Bit of a stretch.
No, it could work.
Mm.
Yakuza, they have the beat 'em up sections of Captain Falcon going around Mute City, all those other places. Then you have the arcade racing stuff. The Yakuza team has also made racing games before, so it could work. Let me have my dreams.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
Maybe.
nice. But
Mm.
one of the interesting things that I've recently found about Yakuza 6 was the whole clan feature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still new about that news. Like, can you give like more details about that, Gamma?
The clan part of it is basically a tower defense game. You can play online with other people, like, have your team face off against their team. I don't know if it's like, like actual 1v1 tower defense, or it's your team versus like you're playing against their AI. I don't know how that works exactly. I don't have that in the Yakuza 6 demo. But it's fun. Like it's a time sinker for sure. It's one of those many things in Yakuza that you'll spend like 20 hours on alone, just trying to perfect it and master it. And that's outside the main like 20-30 hour story.
Gotcha.
Yep. Like, I know that you mentioned Yakuza 6 is being delayed to April, but what about the Fist of the North Star game?
As far as I've heard, nothing. If anything, like Sega has said it numerous times that 2018 will be a big year for the Yakuza series. So if I'm not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet that Yakuza Kiwami 2 will be out this summer, and Fist of the North Star could hit this winter or early next year in the West.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's just my predictions. Unless Sega is really going to go balls to the walls on this and do a simul release of Yakuza 7 later this year.
Ooh.
I don't think they will, but they're saying it's a great year for Yakuza, so it's like, hey, you never know. They could have something.
They could announce that E3.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Tokyo Game Show around those times.
Well,
yeah.
They have their own Yakuza press events, like they'll have where they announce Fist of the North Star and Yakuza 7 and Kiwami 2. They have their own like little press event for those 3 games. Because this is a big series in Japan. But yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm excited about the Fist of the North Star game is that if it gets really popular, it could reinvigorate the Fist of the North Star brand. Like, like if it gets really popular, my hopes is that they could do not only the prequel anime coming out this year, but also maybe a remake of the original Fist of the North Star series. But that's just my hope. Dreams.
That could be it. You just gotta remember, Sega has the license to most of the North Star games, so they're just doing this of their own accord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. All right.
I mean, it's gonna be a fun game when it comes out, regardless. And I still hate myself for pre-ordering the import of the premium edition.
Yeah, like how much did you spend on the?
So next topic.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
What's the next topic?
All right, next topic. Honestly, one of the Nintendo games I never expected to come to mobile is Mario Kart. Well, Nintendo announced that the next mobile game will be Mario Kart Tour. Your thoughts, guys?
Well,
makes sense.
To be honest,
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds. I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen before, but I'm glad.
given
How do you do a racing game on
Tilt
like
controls.
a cell phone? Yeah,
There we go. Yeah, I'm using tilt controls, guys.
They've been training us for years with the Wii.
it was all part of the plan.
Exactly.
And I guess consider following Nintendo's track records with their phone apps have been really good lately. Actually, one would be their Mario Run, Fire Emblem Heroes, what was it? Animal Crossing that recently came out. That's also doing pretty good. If I remember correctly, going back to Fire Emblem Heroes, didn't it won like App of the Year at some point? Am I wrong?
Yeah, some websites had it for App of the Year.
Yeah. I was just like, why is it that so like I don't see why not that they're going to be a Mario Kart-ish game anyways. So why it's just going to be add to the Mario market. It's only going to make Nintendo get better sales that way, really, you know? So, yeah, that's how I feel about it, really. It's just might as well make the game and see how that turns out for majority of Nintendo's phone. I mean, who knows what other games they might release to it. I don't know if it's going to be free, or I don't know if it's going to be paid. That's the only thing that's going to catch me off guard. So,
it'll probably be free to start.
Okay, so microtransactions, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Or another gacha game.
Mm-hmm.
Lord knows, we need more of those in the world. I mean, it's not surprising to me because kart games are a bit popular in the Asian phone market. Like I was mentioning to you earlier, there's a mobile game called QQ Speed that has over 70 million registered and active players. So
70 million. Wow.
yeah, so it's like there's a market there, and if they can find a way to make Mario Kart fun and envision a good karting game, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I can see that happening, honestly.
I'll
So
take it.
it's only a matter of time. Let's just hope that they put a lot of effort into it, at least. But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
I'm just really not a fan of motion controls, to be honest. Like,
They're iffy at best.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get touch controls.
That's even
I don't know about
worse.
that.
That's even
Worse-
worse.
Worst case scenario, they make it a Sonic Run type of thing, and that's not going to make it good.
Yeah.
Honestly. That would probably be the worst case scenario.
True.
But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. They announce more of that later down the line.
Yep.
I mean, hell, anyways, this compared to what? The gimmicks they've announced in the Nintendo Direct? Oh boy.
Oh, you mean the cardboard box?
Yes.
Hey, we have a box among us here.
Hello.
I know.
Wait.
And I'm happy how they managed to make that gimmick work out for 2 controllers. I mean, that's surprising.
That's
Yes,
kind of
me.
neat.
They're trying to aim for the Lego market or the educational toys things.
Let's just hope they don't box themselves in with this.
Oh my fucking god.
I give up.
Please.
I give up.
I fucking hate this so much.
You keep inviting me back every month.
You're testing my patience, man.
All right, so
So, what do I get on the test?
No, keep going and see what happens.
okay.
All right. Next topic.
Actually, there's a final topic for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the final bit of news we normally don't cover, but we found it pretty freaking hilarious, especially with Kira voicing one of the characters in the series.
Yeah.
Last December, there was an interesting bit of Love Live news. First one of the Love Live events was almost canceled due to concerns about fan behavior. And the other bit of news, William Shatner is a Love Live fan. Your thoughts, guys?
I remember seeing the tweets and I flipped out.
Yeah, his favorite character is your character.
Oh yeah. Wait. It's her character, really?
Yeah, Umi.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Honestly, I didn't know what to think. I mean, yeah, William Shatner likes anime. I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
Nothing's a surprise. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a surprise, but
Oh man, and then the poor fan behavior. That's a damn shame. I understand that. Well, and the Love Live fan base in Japan is super strong, but like, oh man, calm down,
okay,
people.
I didn't hear about that. What happened?
Yeah.
Apparently, back in December, they were trying to hold another Love Live event, but a lot of people were concerned about how rowdy fan behavior was, and they put out a PSA that they were thinking about canceling the event because of that fan behavior.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Like, I have never heard of like an event being canceled because the fans were just really that crazy.
if
Yikes.
I recall correctly, they just canceled a Pop Team Epic event because of something similar.
Really?
Wait,
Yes.
really?
Yes. They were giving out masks of the 2 characters, and so many people showed up. They had to cancel the event.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you look up pictures of it, you just see everyone in the crowd giving the place a middle finger. I mean, yes, it's in the spirit of Pop Team Epic, but fans can get pretty wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to be a Homestuck person, so I'm well aware of, badly behaved fandoms and stuff. I know when I did my, not to get too off topic, but I know when I did my Pokemon Go panel last weekend at ALA, one of the things we talked about was like, raid etiquette and, how to act in public and this and that, because in some areas, Pokemon Go players are already given a bad name, like they're disruptive and like, this and that. So that was one of the things we talked about, like, hey, like if you're somewhere and someone tells you you're trespassing, like don't put up a fight, just be like, I'm sorry about that. I was catching a Pokemon, I'll leave immediately, you know, like, and not to like be so rowdy that you like block businesses or you know, just to kind of have a good image of our community. And I think that's important for any fandom, because sometimes people will even judge the media by like the media itself by the fandom.
Yeah, that's especially true.
There are some things I won't even check out because the fandom just scared me off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
Always.
For me, it's like, you know, I like to cover new content and do reviews of games, but sometimes I'll see a game that looks interesting, but then I'll look online. When I research it online, I just see this fan base that's just so out of left field. I'm like,
yeah.
you know, maybe I'll pass.
Exactly.
It's not the medium's fault, but it's just it has that negative connotation can be really strong.
Yeah.
I remember like even Atlas had to tell fans in Japan, hey, we know that the areas in Persona 5 are based on real areas to a 1-to-1 scale, but please don't actually go to those places and disturb their business.
That's
Trying. Oh God.
So
perfect example of that. The sauce guy for Rick and Morty. And the poor employees being like, I don't get paid enough to deal with this.
Yeah.
I don't get paid enough to deal with this shit.
I do know someone who worked at a McDonald's that day, and he actually quit on the spot.
Really?
He just walked out on the job. He said this is not worth the minimum wage. I'm out.
Yeah. The sad part about it is that Rick and Morty is an excellent show. Really,
it's a good show, man.
Yeah, but then I don't even know why that fandom just went left field.
Because they have a high enough IQ to fully comprehend Rick and Morty and the awesomeness.
Yeah, I guess they feel smart.
Yeah.
But I feel, but that's totally understandable. Like I remember feeling the same way about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I remember, like I'm probably gonna get shit on by a couple of the fans here, but I have zero intentions of trying out the game. I really don't.
All right, let me just go on Steam right now and gift you every single one of them.
No, Gamma.
Now is a perfect time to try them out.
Don't do it, please.
I think they're on sale too, and everything.
Please don't do it, please.
Oh my God.
Please don't. But it's like seriously, like I'm looking at my YouTube comments and I just see casual comments. Guy, please make a Five Nights at Freddy's animation. I'm like, how about no?
Listen, Dai, if you do one, don't ask me to voice in that.
Oh, no, Gamma.
Nope, nah. Listen, I may want voice work, but
Gamma, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to say, hey, Gamma, I'm working on a Persona 5 animation. You want to join in? And then you record your lines. I'm like, sucker.
Psych.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to charge a triple for that, Dai. There's no way.
Yeah. So yeah, Dai, notice I'm doing voice work for you for free. That'll be $150.
But it's
I triple that.
Yes.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
No.
Oh no, please.
No.
Five Nightmares.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah. But back to the William Shatner thing. Like, did you guys see the whole thread about it?
I saw the thing where he thought Mari was Ellie. That was adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just good to hear that more and more celebrities are coming out like anime fans. Like go ahead.
No, the best part is that when Shatner blocked J-List.
Wait, he did?
J-List added him some like for some like calendars and stuff of the Love Live girls, and he got blocked.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Granted, it is J-List. Mr. J-List can offer some very sketchy stuff.
Yeah. Be short.
I don't want to touch that.
Not sponsored by J-List, everyone.
Oh man.
Okay.
Mr. J-List, if you are watching this is not an invitation for a sponsor.
Yeah, indeed.
God. Well, how is the idol market to begin with when it comes the idol fan base market currently in Japan anyways, or at least here in America? You know?
I mean, if it was anything here in America, we actually would get the Idol Master games.
True.
I'm still importing those.
All right.
Just remember, if you want to get an actual good idol game in America, you have to buy Yakuza 5 and play the first 20 hours of it.
Well,
in my
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
in my case, that's like when it comes to the idol stuff, I still have yet to watch the Love Live. What was that second season one called? Love Live Sunshine? Was it? Yeah, not yet. I've heard good things about
like
it.
Obsessed with the game, honestly.
The phone app, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's that Beat Mania type of game. That looks really cool, actually.
I spent real money. I worked a ton this week and was just like working like crazy, and I was like, I deserve this. I deserve this big Toblerone. So,
oh no!
Wait, Kara, you're part of the Church of Neo Yokio?
Jaden
perhaps.
Smith.
Yeah, so I spent money, but I got like, okay, really important URs. I got the Alice in Wonderland Rico, and then I got cat caretaker Kanan, and I am a cat caretaker in real life, so.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yep. Oh my god.
They keep updating that game like crazy.
But did you get the PNG you wanted?
Oh, no.
Aw, that sucks.
But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I tried watching Love Live.
You tried?
I tried. But maybe it's because it started off slow. I might try to rewatch it like this month, along with a lot of anime I need to watch. But yeah, I just have a hard time trying to get into like idol anime. Like I did watch K-On!, but that was just cutesy for the most part. But other than that, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the games than like the idol anime. Like Idol Master, I play the game a bit and stuff, but like I don't know.
Kira, I do have a question. What was it like when it comes to dubbing for the anime, actually, with the entire crew?
It was really cool getting to work on it because I was already like really addicted to the game and stuff. Obviously we didn't get to sing the songs because of rights issues and stuff like that. But
right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right.
But like a lot of people hated the dub, so there's that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That was just
like I got like
no?
bad hate messages when it came out. I'm like, okay, we'll watch it in Japanese. Like there's that.
Yeah, lovely option.
Yeah, but like I'd say in the cases of like them, it's just it's the hard. I guess that's where that they had to cancel a Love Live event can't come in. It's like that's too much dedication. They really need to be chill about it. Seriously, you know.
No, the world has to know that I didn't like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous though. I'd say like everything gets a chance when it comes to Love Live, especially and even for the dub. I think I've heard it was Erica Mendez in your performance and some other people I try to remember on the top of my head, and I think it did great.
Yep.
So I don't see what's wrong with it really. Yeah, you did an amazing job. So keep up the good work.
I think
Seriously.
people are they're really attached to those characters and stuff. So they're like, oh, my best girl, my waifu's voice was ruined. A lot of like comments. Yeah. I got some of that for 2B too. People just like messaging me being like, "You ruined my waifu. I hope you're happy." I should make that my like. I should make that my Twitter handle, like waifu ruiner.
Please.
What?
What the heck?
No,
2B, you did a good job voicing 2B. I don't understand why.
I like 2B.
You enhanced my waifu.
I think people. Well, the worst was when somebody was like, well, I was fine with the English version, and then I saw what 2B's English actress looks like, and it ruined it for me.
Oh,
like,
come now.
Oh,
That's
come
disrespectful. What the heck? Yeesh.
Wait, you're telling me you're not 2B?
Oh, my God. Now, that's just disrespectful. Come on, people. Please.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot on the podcast. Like, where you mentioned, like, situations where people are just jerks when it comes to like things that they hate. Like I remember we were talking about the Death Note anime and how the director was receiving death threats by fans for ruining Death Note. Like, it can be just douchebags when it comes to like that.
See, death threats is always too far. Like, I don't care how horrible something is. It's like there's no excuse not to act like a civilized person.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it's like as a reviewer, it's like if you need to be learning how to just review the product in the medium. Don't go after the people behind it, because that gets you nowhere, and it just shows that you really don't care about the medium you're actually trying to represent.
Right.
Like
and a big
Oh, go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, I know something like if voice actors, you know, like because we're humans, sometimes we're gonna feel bad if someone says like something really, really nasty about us, especially if they make it personal, you know, about like the way we look or like, you know, just whatever. Like someone called me like a stupid weeb or something when because they were complaining about the Love Live dub, and it's like. And then people say, like, well, you just can't take criticism. And it's like, no, it's not about criticism because people are entitled to their opinions. Like, if someone's like, I really thought the English version was off. I definitely prefer the Japanese. I thought this performance was weak because this. That's fine. They are totally entitled to that. And, you know, no. But it's when, again, when they make it personal insults, attacks, harassment, that kind of stuff, that's not cool. And I think people kind of confuse that with criticism, and they're not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
levels of like, you know, how about you, if you want to benefit for something you feel like you're not liking in your own perspective, then just give a criticism. Don't actually try to send in a threat or any sort of attack to somebody who might have, quote unquote, in some people's perspective, like ruined it per se. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. You know, it's not like the actual show is ruined because of that and stuff. You know,
Right.
but just try to understand that, like, even for actors in Japan and America, they're human too. They don't know what is, quote unquote, the perfect voice or perfect like direction. It's all in perspective on anyone's creative mind. So, you know, it's either lay off or just enjoy what you got.
Exactly. Like I get comments all the time. Like some VAs I work with for some of my animation who sound spot on like some of the characters. Comments are just like, this actor sucks. It doesn't sound like her, even though it sounds directly like the character. So I just think people can be really ridiculous criticism like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't please everyone, though.
Yep.
That's just the way it
You
is.
can't. That's just the end of the day, really.
Yep.
And
There's
if you really want to help, you just gotta leave constructive criticism. It's what I think reviews are. Constructive criticism, not personal attacks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for those who are even trying to get into the like maybe the acting business and maybe get something like that as a scare, mind you, it's honestly it's your own personal like, you know, dedication. It's your personal enjoyment to be involved with it. The art, the people you actually meet, and real good people that will like support you along the way, instead of those who don't understand how the industry works. So knowing that, just like don't let it scare you off. The opportunities is always there for you. Especially.
Yeah, and just to enhance on Gal's point, and it's not just VA, like just going out, being a content creator, actor, director, just go for it. Regardless of how people will say, this sucks, this is terrible.
Right, and you'll get that anytime you put yourself out there. It doesn't matter if you're an artist, if you're a cosplayer. YouTubers especially have it particularly bad. It's one of the reasons I don't do YouTube, because I just know that I would not have the mental strength to deal with all the horrible comments.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the fact that you're actually going for it, you have more going. The fact that you actually going for it, whether it's content creating, acting, directing, you take the fact that you actually try to do it than the people who will give you shit for it. Because at the end of the day, you actually went for it. They didn't. That's always better in my book.
You took a step up compared to them, you're better off now. There you go.
Exactly.
That's why, like, when someone ever tells me, "Oh, your reviews suck," your coverage or commentary on this game or series sucked, I'm just like, well, you know what? You have a microphone, make your own. You think you can do better than me? Go do it.
I had it too. Like, someone was like, you know, just subtweeting and saying like horrible stuff about my JoJo panels and saying that I was like an incompetent panel host and like all this kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, well, and what was funny was I used to know that person and had invited them to be on my panels before, and they said no. And it's kind of like, well, I gave you the opportunity to, you know, help contribute, maybe help make it better, because I'm always down for, you know, I bring on a ton of panelists, and if they're like, hey, let's do this, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, always looking to improve it. So it's just like, it's weird to me when people like criticize something so much, but then don't want to like help contribute or don't want to do it themselves or can't, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
That's how the world works.
Yeah,
Indeed.
but that's like I said, if you think you can do something better, go for it. That's all I can tell people. That's I had that happen to me recently where someone criticized a lot of my videos in the Yakuza series coverage. I just flat out told them, if you don't like how I cover the series, then you have your own YouTube channel, you do your own coverage, and you do what you want to.
All right, so now we'll be taking questions from the live stream audience. So, if you guys have a question for me, Gamma, Gal, Box, or Kira, feel free to ask them. Also, Kira, one person chat said they love your voice and love life.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, nice. Oh man, no, but January has been a real New Year's resolution, though, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
So much stuff. Oh, Kira, I have a dumb question.
Yeah. What's up?
I got since I'm playing right now. I'm playing through Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. Are you in that game by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Okay. First question. This is for you, Kira. Have you read? One person asked, "Have you read Berserk?"
I have not. I'd like to.
The show looks unlike the new anime, the older shows and the actual manga. It looks pretty nice, honestly, with the bloody
I know
and
a lot
gore.
of JoJo fans are into it, and generally, if I check something out because it's like a lot of JoJos like it, then I'll probably like it too.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay, I get another question for you, Kira. All right.
Yeah.
Rena-chan, what's your favorite Seraphina moment? Any funny stories from when you recorded for Disgaea 5?
Is that the one? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, the whole process like went super fast, so we didn't get to spend a lot of time on it, unfortunately. But it was like, I just love doing the crazy laugh. Like almost every few lines, there was one of those, and I remember thinking, "Oh man, the players are gonna hate me for this." But it was really cool to work on that, honestly, because I remember, like way back in the day, like 2005 or something, back when I was doing stuff on Newgrounds, voicing for like Disgaea fan animations.
Oh,
So
wow.
doing
Full
something
circle.
officially for that series over a decade later was so cool.
That's
Full
really
circle.
awesome. Wow,
Nice.
holy crap.
Nice.
I mean, you know what? I actually like the laugh, so there. It fit the character perfectly. Yes.
All men are my servants.
Oh my god, nice.
Did I leave my Switch on? That's what I'm, that's what
Did
I'm
you
playing.
leave your Switch on?
That's what I'm playing right now. Is this Gaia 5 complete?
Nice.
All
Oh
right.
man.
All right, question for me. Dai, have you considered making an Anime X Pixar crossover? Not really. The only thing I've been thinking about doing is doing a song parody involving either Pixar or Disney. Like, I was talking to one of my friends who produces music, and I was talking to him about possibly doing a Disney song parody using one anime characters. Like, there was this one song parody that I was thinking about doing. Like, if you guys remember Mulan's A Girl Worth Fighting For?
Yeah.
Replace that with A Trap Worth Fighting For.
Oh,
no.
And
what is this? VR trap? VR trap?
VR okay. Ooh.
Yeah, but that was one idea I was thinking about doing. But other than that, not really.
Actually, I have a question for Kira. So Kira, what's your latest cosplay you recently made currently?
Lucy Steele.
Nice. And older question, do you still have that Dizzy cosplay from Kid to Kira a long time ago?
I do, but I probably couldn't fit into it anymore, sadly.
Oh, really?
But
Oh,
it's
man.
very special to me because I met Daisuke Ishiwatari when wearing it, so...
Oh, shoot, nice. No, because I still remember that. Do you ever remember a convention called Springfest like 5 years ago?
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
New York Springfest. Actually, it has been a long time, actually, so since the last time, because there was like a Pokemon tournament panel. That was the last time I remember seeing you personally, actually.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that now, actually.
Yeah, that was way back in the past. That was full circle now. Sheesh. The fact it's 5 years ago, too. Holy crap. Time
Hey.
flies.
Okay, we have a question for Box, actually.
Oh, what?
Box,
What's up?
do you... crap. Do you ever feel boxed in by life, contained by all the Square experiences?
What the fuck?
Oh, this person just steal my joke.
Oh, no.
Well, yes, but you know, it's hip to be square, so...
There you go.
Ah, Jesus Christ!
Wow! Well, now that we got that question squared away...
Oh!
Can I just?
Oh,
Come on!
Yeah, trying to get the puns out of the way, you know, while we
oh
can.
yeah.
God damn it!
Don't worry. We can go a few rounds at boxing, Mark, to get this out of your system.
I'm a
hate-
professional boxer.
You two, please, can you stop killing me? Can I get one day of I can actually live?
Kira, my respect for you has gone up by 100%. Actually, I guess you can say it's been
Let Me Live is now stuck in my head.
It's now been squared.
Oh.
Because 10 squared is 100.
Why does it die? Why it had to be a pun question, man?
I want to give Box a chance, man. I just want to give Box a chance.
God fucking.
It's not every day I get questions.
That's very true.
All right, next question. I have a question for everyone. Have you heard of VOEZ? VOEZ for the Nintendo Switch? $25. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, voice. I haven't actually no. If I remember correctly, I remember one person in chat mentioned this a lot. I haven't tried it, but I might give it a shot down the line.
I've never heard of this.
Never heard of it myself.
I've heard of it. I just wasn't willing to spend $25 on a rhythm game that I can get on my phone for cheaper.
Oh, nice.
That's not a burn. I'm saying, like, if I can get it cheaper somewhere else, I'm gonna do it.
That's just
Fair
kind of not a good practice then.
Actually, this is a good question. In fact, I think originally when we wanted to talk about this topic in the podcast, but I wasn't sure to bring up. There is a rumor that Microsoft is trying to pull a Disney and buy up all the big name companies in the game industry. What are your thoughts?
Not gonna happen.
You guys are familiar with this story?
No, not at all.
I'm familiar with it. I know it will not happen because people don't realize how much these companies are worth, how much Microsoft's worth, and how long it'll take for them to pay this off.
Yeah. So let me give some context for people who don't know. So there was a rumor going on that Microsoft is planning to buy out Valve, EA, and the PUBG people. So I honestly think that's not going to happen, especially with Valve. Valve is making bank with Steam. That's not.
Microsoft could still buy them, but the problem is Gabe Newell said he'd rather Valve go bankrupt than be bought out.
Ooh. Jesus Christ.
This was a few years ago, mind you, but he still, I'm pretty sure he has that same opinion. The thing about EA, their market cap is like $37 billion.
Wow.
So if Microsoft's only worth about $500 billion only. Yeah, I wish I had that kind of money. But that's so they would have to spend 10% of their capital to buy EA. That is not a smart business move in the short term or the long term.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I honestly, again, Valve, EA is worth way too much to be bought out by Microsoft. Maybe PUBG, but that's a stretch.
Yeah,
very big stretch,
really.
I mean, they're not really worth much in compared to the other two. They could, but I think they would want to make their own games, for PC and other consoles in the future.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have any more questions?
I saw one person asking what everyone's waifu was.
We answered this question like...
No, we asked what everyone's persona waifu is. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. That's a slight difference.
That is a slight difference. Okay, great. We're going there now.
Alright. Okay, well, okay, we'll start with Gamma, Fox, me.
I gotta think about this, actually. Go, Gamma, you go. Go ahead.
Come back to me. I actually have to think on this, too.
God damn it!
Ryuko,
I can submit a waifu and a husbando.
Go for it.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Okay, so my waifu is Mika Jogasaki from Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, and I've actually cosplayed her too, and she's just like so cute and perfect.
Hey.
And then my husbando is Diego Brando.
Diego Brando.
I mean, think
nice.
about it. It's like he's got that cute dinosaur tail. He loves coffee. David Bowie stand. What more could you ask for?
I'm surprised.
And he has a killer smile.
God damn it.
Let's see. For me, oh wow, I need to think about this one. Like, there's a lot that I need to think about. Oh god,
This is one of those questions that we are not prepared for.
Yeah.
We were not prepared for this at all, I guess.
Yeah,
Shit.
like I can go down a list of characters from all the different games and animes I've watched. It's like, I mean, like if I go with my Persona ones, it's like, okay, we have Rise and Mikoto. Go for like Idea Factory games. Well, we have Iffy, we have Ethel. If we go for like anime, it's just too many to count.
It really is.
And I know the phrase, more than one waifu will ruin your lifeu, and that phrase is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do have one because currently the anime for it is actually happening, funny enough. So I'll go with Claudius Caesar Red Saber in the Fate Extra series in the meantime, because surprisingly enough, Shaft's first episode, I believe the first episode came out recently on the Fate, and I didn't expect that Extra is going to get an actual anime adaptation. So there you go. Nero, the Saber, we're going to go in the Fate. We'll have to choose it from there. There you go.
Thank you, Gal. You actually helped me figure out my waifu. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ren Tosuka from Fate Stay Night.
Okay, there you go. That's it. Bam.
Keep in mind, I rarely like tsunderes. Like, I think it's a trope, but she's one of the very few tsunderes I could actually tolerate.
Yeah.
Very few. Like, but I really like her personality. She can really rock the knee highs. Overall, she's a really great character, in my
Yay,
Yeah.
knee highs. The best.
Yeah.
I wear them as like a regular thing, just normal life.
Yeah. No, I can get you. I can second that, definitely. But there you go.
Wait, you wear knee highs, Mark?
No! I'm talking about.
That's gonna.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw a 9S. I guess he was like a famous cosplayer. I didn't know like who he was, but I went up to him at ALA and took his picture because he was dressed as like Thought 9S. He's called it, and he had like the
What?
little cat bra and like I tweeted a picture. It's hilarious and like cat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But if I had to narrow it down, I would just say Luca. From Vocaloid Luca.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. Gotcha.
I do have one more. Like, I want to call it a waifu or call it more of my favorite character. Like, I was saving this for like later in the podcast, but I started watching Magaziner Edition Z on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
The proprietor, what's her name? The owner of the hot spring. She the only person who actually knows how to control Magaziner other than the grandfather.
Wait. Oh, you mean from Shin Mazinger? Shokugeki. That one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, her. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
She is a fun character. Like,
She is.
I have never seen such a female character that's just really badass and just doesn't really give a rat's ass about stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
no, respectable housewife. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah. Props to you, dude. Hell yeah.
All right. I think that's about it.
Okay.
All right. So before we end the podcast, we're going to talk about all the stuff that we have planned for February. Box, any plans?
Oh god, how long has my mic's been disconnected?
Wow, wow, Box.
Box, what are you playing?
Did my comment get through? Because I said mine earlier.
Wait, you did?
It was Ryoko, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Ryuko.
Yeah, I heard
Ryoko.
Ryoko. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Box's plan for February is to get himself a new microphone.
No,
maybe.
Box's plan for February is play more Monster Hunter World.
Oh,
Hell
totally,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Mhm.
I'm in that same boat myself. I'm thinking with February, I guess I will probably just take a lot more of a creative tone, where just like instead of just focusing on too many things, I want to try to focus on one thing. So like scripting for Splash Out is around the corner possibly, and maybe a little more in the more lengthy side on YouTube, but we'll see. In the meantime, yeah, I'll second with Box of this one with Monster Hunter though. That's gonna be a
Yes.
big day. Definitely.
All right, Gamma.
Well, for February, it's the grind is real. Grinding with reviewing more games. Got quite a few. I got like 3 reviews going up this upcoming week. Radiant Historia, The Longest 5 Minutes. It's not a Dragon Ball Z episode. And Dynasty Warriors 9 will be next week, so you have a lot to do on that one. And outside of that, it is just, well, just pretty much surviving and doing all this, and maybe doing some other side projects like continue my studying for networking and maybe try to get a few more voice acting gigs.
Nice.
Nice. In fact,
By the way, are you on my forums? Speaking of voice acting, because casting calls are posted there, and shameless plug.
I actually do
Perfect.
use it. I just forgot my password for it.
Can you replug that link if you can? I might only take a look.
VoiceActingClub.com.
Got it.
we can actually put it in chat if you guys want.
Yeah, do it.
Now, please note we've had a ton of Russian spam bots, so we had to temporarily restrict registration, but it's, hopefully that'll, people can still sign up, they just have to be approved, that they're an actual human.
I'll just leave a message on mine saying, we were just in a podcast, please accept me.
Alright, gotcha.
Alright. Gal, I think you already said what you plan to do in February, dude.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And Kira?
What's up, sorry?
What you plan to do in February?
Oh, work and work and work is what it's gonna be looking like, but hopefully I can work on, sewing and getting better at that, because I want to make something awesome for AX. We'll see.
Ooh, AX, nice. Looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me, still animate. The YouTube channel is about to hit 100 subscribers.
Hey,
Nice.
welcome, bud.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Try to get better in Dragon Ball Fighters because I've been playing that game nonstop. I really don't play ranked matches. Even when Overwatch came out, I never really did any of that because I felt like it was kind of toxic. But Dragon Ball Fighters was the first game in a long time in which I actually said, you know what, I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me during these matches, but you know what? As long as I get better in this game, that's the only thing that matters. So I'll be doing more ranked matches there, and more model kits. I tried finding a Shin model kit for
Shin Mazinger.
Yes, I've been trying to find that model kit, but it's been really hard to find. I tried going Gundam Planet. They have a link to it, but it's out of stock.
Yeah, it's a rare breed. Mazinger is kind of like that very specific Sparta thing. You're gonna have to put a lot of money into it, honestly. I'll say that. Oh, I will say this, Dai. Since you did saw Mazinger, mind you, February 15, if it's in your local theater, there's gonna be the Mazinger Infinity movie coming out.
Yes, that was what I was about to say. I remember people during my stream said, "Duh, you gotta watch the new movie coming out." I'm like, no, I'm not sure. But the more I watch this series, the more I'm gonna say, maybe. But yeah.
I mean, I'll speak as one who knows a little bit of the source material, thinking this is actually a continuation from the original one. So if you did saw Shin, might throw you off a little bit, but I think they might summarize everything that's happened along the way because it's a literal continuation after a long time.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I thought that is more based on the manga, like One Person is based on the manga.
But manga is the original source material when Go Nagai made it, so yeah. And the original anime can also count too, in some extent, really, since there wasn't a lot of reboots of Mazinger at the time. It was really that and Shin, which is a different interpretation. And sadly, didn't continue further because, that one over there, we talked about it before, would have been beyond where we talk about Mazinger Zero, and I already told you how powerful that machine is. Okay,
yeah.
So sadly, didn't even touch on that. So. But other than that, there was really just kind of one-ish Mazinger anime. And there's Mazinger Kaiser too, but it'll be based off that. They'll probably just summarize it through it for you if you ever watch it. It's really good.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to see the movie as long as I can find a movie theater in Philadelphia. Oh, speaking of Philadelphia, I'm going to watch the fucking Super Bowl. Because Philadelphia is actually in the Super Bowl. I think they're going to lose, but I hope they hope I get proven wrong.
Okay. I'm from Cleveland. Please don't give me this. I'm from Cleveland.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it and the creative commercials they're gonna make for the Super Bowl. I'll say that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait for that. But I hope that the Eagles win because that means that I don't have to go to college on Monday, which will be a nice thing because I can focus on more animating and fighters.
Hey. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Win-win?
Yeah, win-win.
All right.
Okay. And
Also, for one more thing, for all those who are watching this are from Cleveland, hey, at least we're not Detroit.
God, dude!
Wow.
That's actually
Nice.
it's a joke from a video.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
But at least we're not Detroit.
Yeah.
We're not Detroit.
Yeah, I remember.
Yay!
I remember you sent me a tweet about the river thing. Like,
Oh yeah, that's caught on fire. But okay,
Oh, Jesus.
that's another story.
yeah,
The river caught on fire. Excuse me.
yeah.
I'll explain that later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the Cuyahoga River caught on fire. Just Google it, people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And that's it. I want to thank all my hosts for participating in today's podcast. Gamma,
Yo, it's been a pleasure to be here.
Gao,
It's always a pleasure doing the podcast, man. We're rolling in episodes bi-monthly, and I love it. Let's keep this up. Yeah.
indeed.
Mhm.
Fox,
God damn it.
yep. At least he didn't make a pun. That's always a good thing.
You're right.
And I'll guess
You better end this quickly before I make one.
And I'll guess host Kira. Good to have you here.
My stand will be the one to judge you.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Beautiful.
And
These are the type of JoJo jokes I can stand.
Joe jokes.
Yes.
Jokes.
Oh,
These
God.
are- These are the ones that I can stand perfectly.
Nice.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay, with that said, thank you guys for listening. Again, please be sure to listen to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Twitch, and I already said iTunes, and SoundCloud. I forgot about that one.
Don't forget iTunes.
My God.
And I hope you have a wonderful day and night. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yo, peace out.